be homeless, you had to make a lot of dumb decisions. You had to be a real up to be homeless. You had to smoke crack. You had to do drugs. You had to go out your mental medicine.
Slim Thug recently went live and he was kind of talking about homeless people. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not. Yeah, I haven't seen Slim Thug name in the media in a while.
I don't. I don't feel sorry for homeless people because it's either one of the two reasons you out there. You out there because you made a lot of dumb decisions. To be homeless, you had to make a lot of dumb decisions. You had to be a real up to be homeless. You had to smoke crack. You had to do drugs. You had to go out your mental medicine. So whatever the you think this is, while everybody waking up and going to work every day, I'm not giving them up nothing who's standing on the counter every day just got his hands out. I don't feel sorry for people like that. I feel sorry for people who work hard and some happen. And then I understand it, but now I don't feel sorry for people who just accidentally, especially me.
Man, so personally, and I rock with Slim Thug, right? But I believe his comments are a little dismissive towards people in their situation.
Yeah, not much empathy seemed like.
And from his perspective, it's like, no, it ain't no excuse. But a lot of times it's a lot more than what meets the eye. You don't know what people are going through in their lives, right? I know a couple of people that someone put something in their drink. And that caused them to go through chemically induced psychosis, pretty much, right? She's been struggling ever since. And he said you either ain't taking your mental health medication, like it's never that simple. The diagnosis that they have can be the thing that keeps them from having the motivation to take their mental health medication. I've witnessed that. Like, you really don't know what people are going through. And saying that, once again, is dismissive. And I'm big on the message. And if somebody hear that, you think that's going to motivate them to want to get themselves together? More times than not, is no. It wouldn't motivate me.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, we don't know what the future has in store for us.
Nah, you don't.
We talked last week. I got a cousin, young. He's just in his late 30s, had a medical emergency and lost his sight. We don't know what life is going to throw at us. And once again, saying that, we just forget how crazy life can get. Not to say Slim Thug ain't been through nothing, because I know he has, right? But there's people out here that go through a lot every day. You know what I'm saying? And I just try not to be dismissive towards them, because you really don't know why a person is homeless, right? Mm-hmm. You know how many youth I've seen that are homeless? Teenagers going into early adulthood.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
You know what I mean? It's easy to say, hey, like, I don't feel sorry for them. But it's like, what do? They ain't got no family, or they family and kicked them out, or they family on drugs. I just don't ever like to be dismissive towards any one of that situation. I'd rather overthink than underthink. I'd rather get it wrong by giving them the benefit of the doubt versus just passing judgment on everybody or on a large group of people.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree, man. Try to stay humble as much as possible, but I'm not going to lie to you about, I agree with part of it. Of course, I don't judge them, but I don't always give. Mm-hmm. And I for sure teach my kids that I don't always give every time I come across them, because there's been times where I done came across them on 2-3 blocks back to back to back.
Mm-hmm. But and it's the same story too.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it's the same. Yeah. I'm trying to get some money for the bus, but they forget sometimes that they asked you already, and it's like, I just gave you the money that you said you needed for the bus fare to get across town. You know what I mean?
Right. If
we're being honest, if we're being honest, that's the case, right? And I ain't saying you gotta give them money. I'm just saying don't be dismissive towards them, because I've had to learn I got to take care of me and mine first and foremost. But you can give them some encouraging words, right?
Yeah,
you can
not
at least be respectful towards them. Because even people like that, a lot of times they're sick. Like, they really do need professional help. And a lot of times when you get it, we don't understand, like, a lot of people have triggers, things that send them spiraling back down. Don't want to say they weak, they just done been through some stuff. And everybody experience it differently. Like DMX, God rest DMX's soul, man. He went through a lot. And he was fighting his whole life. And he unfortunately ended up passing away from an overdose. Are we going to say DMX is weak or whatever the case? No.
Then,
He's just had a
I
hard
want
life.
to also go on record and say there are some fraudulent people out there.
Yeah.
But since you don't know, you have no way to determine that on the spot, sitting at a red light. So if you can spare it, spare it. If you can't, just move on. And no reason, to share word on it because you don't know what they've been through. You don't know if they're physically capable of actually working. You truly don't know.
And that don't mean always physical. It can be mentally just not fit to work or sustain a job. If you like what you just heard, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, SNE 2.0. SNE stands for Spare No Effort. All we're trying to do is help people become the best version of themselves. So please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember, spare no effort.